Yes. Hello, pet parents. This is Niharika from PetFed India, your host for today. And as promised, we are back with another insightful live session for you all. Joining us today is Priyanka Patki, a certified professional dog trainer, and she'll be helping us today in decoding how and when to socialize your dogs. Hi, Priyanka. How are you today?
Hi Niharika, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great too. For those of who don't know her yet, Priyanka is a certified professional dog trainer. She's been working in the pet care industry for the last 13 plus years. After her stint in NGOs and vet clinics, she finally founded her own boarding and training company, Snout Scout, the dog family, in 2016 and never looked back. She's been happily helping pets and their families live a harmonious life together ever since. Priyanka, welcome to the live chat. Always great to have you with us.
Always glad to be back with you guys.
Thank you so much for taking out the time today. So, socializing your dog at the correct age is of prime importance so as to shape them into well rounded and confident dogs. But the last 1.5 year has been rather challenging in this regard as the constant need for social distancing and also isolation during the pandemic made it very difficult for pet parents to provide positive social encounters to their pups. If you have also been struggling with a similar dilemma, then this session will be of great help for you all and your doggos as well. All those who are watching us, please do feel free to drop in your queries in the comment section below and we will surely answer them all for you. Just like the last time, we are also running an interesting trivia contest during this live session where we will be asking the audience three questions throughout the session. Three very lucky winners who answer all these three questions correctly will win a gift hamper from Purina Pro Plan India. So sit tight and stay tuned to this chat as the trivia questions will be announced in the middle of this entire 1 hour session for you to answer in the comments below. People who are joining us just now, we are here to discuss the topic how and when to socialize your dog. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below and we will get them all answered for you. Till then, Priyanka, are we ready to
Yes,
address a few commonly asked questions and maybe help us understand more about the need for socializing our dogs?
absolutely. Go on.
All right. So I think the first question would be so we all understand how right socializing can actually boost up the confidence and reduce anxiety in our dogs. But can you also tell us what socializing means for dogs and how does it really work for them?
Correct, absolutely. So there are just, I'll first need to address this in detail, what it really means, because a lot of times this entire concept is misunderstood as to what really socializing is. Yeah,
Right.
so now to first explain it in short, what the term really means is your dog is comfortable in any kind of a surrounding, in any kind of a situation, but is still with you. Yeah, like he's your dog, so your dog has to still be with you during all of these kind of encounters. So in other words, it basically means coexisting in different surroundings, in different situations, but is still with you, sticking by your side, and you all are doing something together. Yeah,
Right.
it does not mean your dog is going and playing with other dogs and playing with other humans and ignoring you. Okay,
Right.
because which is something where I see a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to this concept. Because I see things where people take their dogs for socializing events where the dogs are just playing with other dogs, whereas the owners are sitting and chatting here together, and that is not socializing. Yeah, you probably are talking to other people, but for dogs, then you're struggling to get your dog back. Yeah,
Right.
so of course I will help you on how to get there, but that is how it is, that in different surroundings your dog is comfortable, but at the same time is with you. He's not
Right.
ignoring you and running away.
Understood. Understood. So I think we have a very first question from Rekha Gupta here, and she's asking, "Does my baby feel lonely? He's only one in the family."
Oh, okay. I don't really think so. How old is your dog and what are you really doing with your dog? I would like to know. But if he's one, I mean, if your question is mainly that if I have only one dog and is he lonely because he doesn't have another dog companion, that is not true. Okay, as long as you are there for your dog, a dog needs a human more than any other dog or any other human. So as long as you are there, you can provide him everything by which he's not going to be lonely. So don't worry at all.
Okay. Moving on to the next question, Priyanka. We have another one from Jerica here, and she's asking, I've adopted an Indie. He's 2 years. He does not do well with other dogs, especially breeds. That's why I cannot take him to a dog park or events. Can you suggest something?
Right. So one thing, firstly, ask her. Not okay means is he getting scared of other dogs or is he getting aggressive with other dogs? Because both of these scenarios will have to be handled slightly differently. Although the first step is going to be pretty similar. So what you need to start doing is the day you adopt these dogs or get these dogs home, you start your socializing exercise. Yeah. Now again, I'll first go back to what age and how to do it is start as soon as you get your dogs home. Okay. Now, of course, the doctors are going to tell you that the risk is of infection. So you have to do it in a smart way. Okay. I mean, we've spoken to a lot of vets as well about this. Of course, why they get worried is because you end up getting the first thing when they tell you, hi, it's okay to take your dog out, means you go and take your dog to meet another friend's dog or someone's dog. Okay. Do not do that. Socializing can start way early, but that does not mean meeting another dog. Okay, now what socializing really means when I say started soon. So, say you finished your first two vaccinations, first two mainly, and then you
Right.
start taking your puppy downstairs, keep him on a collar and leash. He's standing with you. Every time he's coming close to you, you're talking to him, rewarding him, praising him. You can even keep giving him food or something. I will shortly after a few questions. I will anyway do a demo as well to show you how what I really mean by doing this.
Yeah.
So you keep rewarding that kind of behavior where he's nicely exposing, he's getting exposed to everything, he's looking everywhere around, but then whenever he comes close to you, you still reward. Okay, if you start doing this at a young age, okay, your dog is, you're not killing the curiosity in your dog, but at the same time your dog is also learning that being with you is actually what is getting rewarded. Okay, so just in case this was a fear issue, this first step will only half of your issue will get solved here, where he will start realizing that okay, that is worrisome, but I don't have to deal with it, I can still stick
Right.
to her and I'm okay. Yeah. Of course, if he's getting aggressive now, that's another problem altogether. So then we'll have to handle it differently as to has he had any bad experience or what has happened in the past. So then we'll have to address it accordingly.
Understood. So, Jerica, if you're listening and if you're still there, do share us your problem in detail so that we can answer it and explain it well further. The next question that we have right now is from Tina Bhargav, and the question is: My fur baby is 1 year 2 months old. Do you think we should have one more with us as he's a Labrador and too friendly with everybody? Because sometimes I've noticed if I greet another dog, he becomes jealous, and after that, he needs all the more attention.
Oh, okay. So,
Because this is
yeah, if you ask me, honestly, getting a dog for another dog is not something, I would personally suggest ever for anyone. Like I said, for the first question as well, if you can provide for your dog will not need
right.
anything or anyone else. But if you want to just get another dog because you want another dog, that's all right. Okay, because for all you know, your dog does not want another dog. Yes, he's
Understood.
friendly, but it's very different to just go out and play for some time versus having another dog in the house. Okay, it's like for even for humans, right? Sometimes you're okay going out and meeting your friends, but if someone comes and lives with you for even 1 week, you're just like, when are you going home now? Okay, because living 24/7 with something with someone can get
Understood.
a lot. There's a lot. Then you want to actually check, is your first dog okay with sharing spaces, sharing toys, or how is he? Then you actually work through it, work with some trainer or someone to set it up for success. So even if he's not okay with it, then you can probably set up boundaries like that right from the beginning. So when you do get your second dog, at least you're prepared. So don't rush into it just because he likes to play with another dog. That you can still do, taking your dog outside. But if you really want a second dog, then of course you can, and figure out the boundaries, figure out few other things like crating and all of those routines, so that you avoid conflict basically as soon as you get your second dog back.
Understood.
So yeah, I mean, I really don't think like normally as a thumb rule, I would say when your first dog is fully trained at least your basic stuff is really sorted, say maybe 2 years, 3 years, then get your second dog. Because a young dog and a young puppy again, oh god, your second dog will completely ignore you. Like he will play only with your first dog, unless again you do it right. Like so that's why I said work alongside a trainer who will tell you how to do it right. Like wherein what we generally suggest is spend time with the second dog also separately, spend time with your first dog separately, and then
Okay.
give them some time together. I'll show you our two dogs as well. So who live together, but they
Yeah.
do play otherwise. But if we are doing something, like if I'm individually doing something with my dog, and if my partner is doing something with his dog, like although they're in the same house, but still, like if we are doing something with our individual dogs, they don't really care about each other. Yeah, so it's okay for them to play with each other, but it should not be too much. Yeah, they should still want to go back to you and do something
You.
with you. Yeah.
Right, right. Very well explained indeed. I hope this answers your question, Tina. We have one more question before we can take the demo ahead. The question is from Chris Benjamin, and the question is: my dog is 2 years old. He's aggressive towards dog as well as human. He's an indie.
Okay. So if he's aggressive towards dogs and humans, see, first I would definitely say get a professional trainer, because they will have to speak to you at length as to since when is this happening, and what all has happened till now. See, with every episode of aggression, he could have gotten more confident. If
Right.
it has gone uncorrected, or unless you have tried to correct it and it's in control. So obviously we will want to know in detail what all have you done till now about he reacting to other humans and dogs. But at the same time, see, on the front of the dogs, just try to avoid it. Yeah, your dog does not have to play with other dogs. All you have to teach your dog is to be neutral whenever there is another dog. Yeah, so with training, but get help. Don't try to do this on your own. Get help, and they will tell you exactly how to work, how to first start from maybe a little further distance, and then how to get in closer, how to work with corrections as well, because a correction gone wrong, your dog can become very scared of you. Okay, a
Right.
correction has to be just in that context. Your dog has to understand, don't do this, but he has to still stick to you. Okay, if
Right.
your dog is not sticking to you, that means there is some problem first with your relationship with the dog. So, first, make sure that your bonding is all right before you address this issue. Like, I'll just give you an example. Like, there was another one indie I had worked with a few years ago, and she called
Okay.
me for a similar thing, that her dog is not okay with other dogs and people. And my first question is she okay with you? Because tell me,
Okay.
have you ever had any issues? And then she started a list of, yes, this has happened, that has happened, she's even bitten me. I said, now that is a serious problem. So first fix that. When we got that completely all right with training, then the same dog has even come with us for events. You will not believe it, for camping events where there were many other humans and many other dogs, and the dog was
Okay.
all right because her relationship with the owner got so okay that all she had
Right.
to tell us was, it's okay, just ignore those people. All we made her was socially neutral. She's never, till date, I have never really touched and played with this dog. Yeah, I have worked with her years ago. But she's come with us for events. She comes, meets us. Like she's around us, but she's with
Right.
her owner. But she's learned
She's
how to be
present.
socially neutral. Yeah,
Right. Right.
this is a very, very important concept. So please understand, if your dog does not like other dogs, and see again, sometimes you will have a genetic limitation. Like with my own
Right.
dog,
Right.
he's never going to be very, very friendly. He's a pit bull. He's never going to be super duper friendly with every dog. Yeah, he's okay with a few dogs.
Yeah.
But that is his genetic limitation. I can't push him to be that friendly. But yes, all I've worked through is he's neutral. He's neutral. He can ignore, he can probably get triggered again. Okay, with genetics, what does happen is with training, all you can do is I've suppressed it to a level. It's not gone away. So if any
Okay.
trainer who tells you he can make him friendly, it's not possible. He's
Right.
learned to ignore. He's learned to ignore. He's learned to be neutral. He's understood it's much better to just stick by me and walk away and just not bother about this situation. The same thing with
That's
your dog. Teach them first. Build, figure out your relationship. When that bonding is very strong, your dog will do it for you, and then
understood.
obviously we'll figure that out with the help of a trainer. If there's serious aggression, especially with humans, again, you definitely want to take a trainer's help and handle it.
Understood. Understood. So another very pressing question that I'm sure a lot of us would want to know is how to begin socializing and what to do exactly. what
Yeah.
are we supposed to do and how to. We understand we need to begin early, but we would also want to know how to begin this process and how to do it correctly.
Yes.
So are we ready? If
Yes, let's start with the demo. I'll just get my dog
Sure,
and we'll do a quick demo. I will explain that to you while I'm with him. Yeah,
sure, sure.
please.
So for the audience who are watching this, we'll quickly start taking the questions back again once the demo is over. Thank you for being patient.
Just turn your camera around. Okay. So what you're going to do? Hi, this is Captain. Hi.
Sure. So Priyanka, I'll give you the complete screen.
Yes.
All the best.
Thank you. What is it? Okay. So the first thing what you're going to do is, I'm right now, of course, I'm doing this in the house, but this is what you're going to do wherever you are. Yeah. So maybe just start with outside your house, just at the entrance of your building gate or your house gate. Just be at your main door. Yeah. All you will do is you will stand there. You will be in one place. If you have a bench, you can sit down over there or something, or you can just be stationary. Okay, the dog can be doing something else. Now, for example, if you see he is going to go around, I am not manipulating this. Okay, let him go around. Just have a small, short length leash. You see the length of the leash. I'll come closer and of course show it to you later. So have a good small. I'll show you the length, just that much length. You don't want a very long line. While he's doing this, let him do this. Don't try to manipulate this. Don't try to give him too much feedback as to what to do. As to what to do. Don't do this. Don't do that. Come here. Don't kill his curiosity. Yeah, you will be stationary in one place. But the minute he starts giving you attention, so if you saw, the minute he started looking at me, I started talking to him and I was petting him. And what you need to now do is, so what I said is his marker. I gave his marker cue and I started rewarding him. Okay, so now what he learned is looking at me is what brings him the reward. Now, obviously, he is moving to the next behaviors because he's a dog who knows a lot of these behaviors. So, when I don't tell him what to do, he will keep doing a sit, he will keep doing a heel, he will keep doing something. That is just because he's trying to get to his rewards as fast as possible. And he knows that even if I don't tell him what to do, there's no point in moving away. Like if you see, I'm not manipulating the leash in any way. Yeah, he is still going to want to come to me and do something because that is how he gets his rewards. Yeah, so I will just try to probably add, maybe get her in and we'll see. So say now, for example, that is, wait, just get one collar and we'll show. So that then, so I'll just show you. I'll get the other dog in as well and show you like what happens if maybe you're standing on the road and another dog passes by. Yeah, at that time also what you're going to do, I'm just going to quickly show you that as well. But in any case, see now for example, now he started looking that side. Okay, so I'm not going to manipulate this behavior right now. Let him be curious, let him do whatever he wants to do. If he comes close to me, he's going to get rewarded. Yeah, but set him up for success. So in your first trainings, whenever you do start with a puppy, don't try to put a lot of control over there. Yes, eventually I will show you in the second demo when we will do how to use your obedience. Good job. Okay. So if you saw what just happened, yeah, I'm not killing his curiosity. He wanted to go meet her. Of course, he lives with her, and you know how dogs are, right? Whenever they even meet you or another dog, after just 2 minutes, also they are like, "Oh my god, where were you for so many years?" Right? So he did go back, but then what did he realize? But always going to her has always been good. This is how because I've raised him right from the time he was 2 months old. Yeah. So the minimum amount of manipulation. Okay. And whenever he does come close to you, you can reward. Either have food, you can have toys, you can just do a lot of in the beginning, like I was doing just a lot of good boy, all of this also. Yeah, but this is now the first exercise which you're going to do wherever you go. Say, for example, first start, like I said, with your society main gate. Okay, then you will go at probably another location, say a little bit ahead from there. Then put your dog in the car once in a while, stop at a bus stop, get down there, do the same exercise over there. If you're going out to get groceries, take your dog over there, step out of the car, do the same exercise over there. It will take time for your dogs to come close to you and look at you. Now, he keeps looking at me because this is a behavior reinforced since he was a puppy. Since he was a puppy. Yeah, even if your dog doesn't look at you in the beginning, yeah, when you just start, of course, they will not look at you. They might just come close to you. Even if they come close to you, just say, okay, good job, very nice, and keep praising. Yeah, so this is the first step of socializing, wherein what you're teaching your dog is coming close to me is always rewarding. Because then you're going to start telling them, "Acha, going away was wrong," or probably what to do when you get scared, or what to do when you get reactive. All of this comes next. But your first step is first to teach them what is right. Yeah, that is your main thing. I hope that helps. That's it, Niharika. I'm just gonna sit back. Yes. Oh, you're mute. Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Hi. So like I was saying, wonderfully explained, Priyanka. This was
Thank you.
very, very beneficial indeed. And I think we have a lot of questions coming in from the audience as well. But before we take the questions from the audience, I would quickly like to announce the first trivia question that we have for them today. Priyanka, you're not supposed to answer this one, right?
Okay.
So the first trivia question that we have for you all today is, which of the following is a prime time for socialization of your dog? Priyanka's already answered it, by the way. But I'll repeat the question. Which of the following is a prime time for socialization of your dog? Your option 1 is puppyhood and the option 2 is adulthood. I'll repeat the question again. Which of the following is a prime time for socialization of your dog? Your option 1 is puppyhood and option 2 is adulthood. So those of you who know the correct answer, do type in the comment section below. And I think we should be moving on to the audience questions now. Priyanka, are you ready?
1 second. I just want to show them the leash closely. So this is the
Sure.
small lens. This is the lens that I was saying. Yeah. You don't want it to be very big. You don't want it to be very small. Okay. So this, and then again the handle, keep a softer handle so that when you're doing these exercises, first thing is also look at your comfort. Otherwise, half of the time I see the struggle is because you're using something which is not comfortable on your hand, and the dog is just pulling, 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 pulling. So
Right.
first, look at this. Yeah, a good just this much length and a soft handle. Let's go.
Understood. So we have a question from Menas Tabassum, and she's asking, recently adopted a 5-week-old lab. Any habits that we can initiate from the beginning to avoid anxiety in future?
Yes, of course. So, for this, what you will definitely do is crate train your dogs. If you want, I can even show you that in short, how to do that. I think we have done that actually in the past,
Right.
one of the
Right.
demos we had done. So, one thing is start your crate training as soon as you get your puppies home. Because see, separation anxiety is something like I again repeatedly keep telling people it's only normal for a dog to have an anxiety because the dog was meant to be with you. Okay, so don't blame your dog and don't wonder, oh my God, why is it happening to my dog? It's going to happen to each and every dog if you don't train them for it. Okay, because just like humans, like we were always meant to be with someone. Yes, these days there are a few humans who want to be alone, but mostly we need companions. Yeah, so similarly for a dog, he wants to always be with you. That is how evolution was, that the dog was domesticated and he was alongside a human. So a dog is obviously want to be with you all the time, but to set him up for success, that crate training the day you get your puppy home. So the second best place after you is his crate. Okay, and then you start leaving them for short durations right from the time. There is no right age to start the separation work. The day you get your puppy home, 1 week after that, you can start immediately. And maybe just go downstairs for 5 minutes, keeping him in the crate, obviously, always in the crate because it's only safe. See, the second reason, one is separation, second is safety. that you don't want a situation wherein you are not at home and he swallowed something, ate something. We all of us hear such scary stories of dogs, getting operated or even dying because they ate something dangerous. Yeah, so crating is something which I would 100% say start for puppies and let them start liking their crate. Like so often, you saw what Captain was doing, right? He was sticking to
Right.
me and looking at me. But if I'm not there, or even if I'm there and I'm busy and if his crate is there, there are times he'll go into his crate on his own. Because his crate is the second best place. Either he's
Right.
sticking to me like he's one big chipku, or he's going to be in his crate. And don't
Got
shout at
it.
your dogs for sticking to you. Like I keep hearing stories where ignore your dog. Arey, but you, if you are busy and you're doing something else, put them in the crate. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And
We
start leaving
have,
them
yeah.
alone from the
Yeah, yeah,
beginning.
please continue.
As I start leaving them alone right from the beginning.
Okay, understood. The next question that we have here is from Mala Venkatakrishnan, and she's asking, during regular walks on a leash, my 2-year-old Indy wants to run like any other streetie who comes all along with us. Can
Right.
you suggest something?
Yeah. So first step, start with this exercise. So wherever these indies are there, go stand there. Do exactly what I did right now. You're going to be standing in one place, or you're going to be sitting in one place, so that you're like you basically he cannot pull you more than this radius, right? If you're stationary, think of yourself like you're a tree and you just have the leash in your hand, no manipulation. Okay, he might pull, he might get excited, he might do whatever. It might take him 5 minutes. If this has been a behavior he's been doing for a long time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, वो करते रहेगा.
Right,
Eventually, he will come close to you. Whenever he does come close to you, you will start doing what I did: reward, praise, do all of that.
right,
Firstly, start with this exercise because I want your dog to understand what to do. Okay,
right,
you cannot directly start correcting them because if you start correcting them, they'll be like, "Kya karna kya hai?" I've
got
agreed
it.
I'm not supposed to do this, but do what? Okay.
Right,
So first do this exercise. You might find that your dog does not even take the rewards in the first few days, which is all right. Keep doing it every single day. It might take you a week, maybe the dog will start eventually eating. Okay, then you will start obviously side by side, teach him his obedience at home. So teach him a good heel command and all of that. You might need a trainer, you have few videos online, whatever. You try to check how you want to do it and teach him few obedience commands. And then you will have to use the combination of your obedience commands and this that your dog knows that coming close to you is good. And that hand in hand will work together to control the pulling.
understood. Understood. The next question that we have, Priyanka, is from Ananya Arora, and she's asking, "Hi, I have a French bulldog, almost 4 months old. He has started to show aggressive behavior towards the family members. He randomly starts to bark and snaps, even intends to bite. Suppose he's laid beside me and my mom comes to pet him. He would growl and snap at her. It's very random sometimes. Could you guide me with this, please?"
Oh my God. Okay, this sounds scary. Yeah. So wherever you are, probably if you guys have a list of trainers, I would really suggest share it because she needs definitely someone to go and see this case. Though sometimes it's a very rare thing to see aggression in such young puppies, but it's not impossible. Like just the other day, like I think it was last week, we met a beagle who was 4 months old and out aggressive. Matlab, we
Okay.
were just like both of us during the session, we were looking at him. Obviously, not out and out, matlab for anything, it was
Understood.
mainly for possession issues. He was going
Yeah.
crazy if you try to take anything from him. Whether it's a straw, and then he was picking up random things. He picked up chocolate during the session, don't ask. And then he was going for and trying to bite everyone. You need help. You need to get a trainer on board so that they can help you in detail how to handle all of these things. Because the first step will be to avoid accidents, and then it will be to slowly start figuring out what the triggers are and work towards.
Got it. We have a very similar question here from Chitrangana Singh, and she's also have a similar problem. She has a 2 years old dog, and one is 3 months. Elder one is aggressive and also bit the small one yesterday. His nose got fractured and tooth broke, and the aggression is just increasing day by day. How do I handle this temperamental issues?
How old are the dogs you said? One is?
2 years old dog. One is 2 years old, and the other one is 3 months. So the elder one is the aggressive one.
Yeah. So see, this is exactly takes us back to our second, third question that getting a dog for another dog is never a good idea. Or maybe your first dog does not like other dogs, and like you exactly said, temperament issue. What does temperament really mean? Okay, it's a very loosely used term, but temperament really means something which has come with the genetics of your dog, and anything that comes with the genetics of your dog is not going to go with any amount of training. Yeah, that is the framework in which you need to work. So you'll have to see if your dog does not like other dogs, then all you can do is have independent relationship with both of them. Crate train both of them, give them just a little bit access with each other, completely supervised on leash. But if your first dog does not like other dogs, like I was saying with the other examples, all we can
Right.
do with training is make him neutral, but he's not going to get friendly.
Right.
And for the puppy, this is extremely dangerous, and this could make give him a very bad impact because he's just 3 months old. He's in his impact period right now. If he's had such a bad experience already, for all you know, he was very friendly, but
Right.
now because of this, he's going to become fearful and then defensive and then aggressive. So
Aggressive.
it's going to be a very scary cycle if you don't stop this right now. So I would really say maybe keep them separate. I mean, maybe you got the second dog for the first dog, but keep them separate and do everything separately.
Understood. The next question that we have here, Priyanka, is from Sharbanu Datta, and the question is: my fur baby is 4 years old, but he barks a lot sometimes while playing with my 2-year-old nephew and also while eating.
So barking is probably out of excitement, is what I'm guessing. Although I will need to really check with the kind of with probably in a video or something that how is he, what is he really doing. But from the explanation, it sounds more like excitement. What you will need to do is get some obedience in place. Excitement is the emotion in itself is not wrong, but obviously in certain situations you don't want it. So what you can do is teach a quiet command, teach a sit command or a place command or a crate command, one of those. So when you're eating, you tell your dog to go into his own space. So that will really help. And excessive barking, teach him a clear, quiet command. So then, if at all he is barking a lot, you will have to just tell him to quiet. So just some obedience in place, I think, should help.
Understood. The next question that we have here is from Sakshi Sharad, and she's asking: we are in the process of shifting homes. How to get my 7-year-old doggo to adjust to new surroundings?
Very interesting question, and really to do with socializing. Yeah.
Right.
So, what you need to start doing is again do this first exercise that I just showed you. Okay, it looks like a very simple and boring thing, but keep doing that. Yeah, keep doing it in different scenarios. Right now, start with your house. Like I said, go at a random place, your grocery shop, bus stop, railway station, wherever you can. Just get your dog out on leash and do this exercise so that he's comfortable with different surroundings. Yeah. Secondly, at home, again, I would say crate training, though he's a 7-year-old. I mean, if you have a foundation of it when he was a puppy, it will be simpler, but it's not impossible. So if you still want to do it, you still can. Even right now, you can start creating him. The benefit of crate training in this scenario is going to be that you can just move the crate now in the new house and your dog is going to be comfortable because for him, the house will still not change. This is what we do with our dogs. Even when we travel with them, wherever they go, we open up the crate and they are always comfortable because they're like, okay, new place, new city, whatever, but my house is still there with me.
Right.
Crate training will 100% help. If you're open to the idea, definitely start that. It will be slightly harder because he's 7 years old, but it's not impossible. You can do it.
Understood. The next question that we have here is from Deep Sarkar, and the question is: resuming park visits for my 5-year-old Spitz after lockdown have not been smooth. She tries to jump on other kids and also growls when seeing other dogs. Any tips?
Okay. How old is the dog again, you said?
It's 5-year-old Spitz.
5 year old kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, start with the first exercise. Get the obedience in place. See, in all of these scenarios, right, for outdoor work, one thing is your dog is comfortable, but your second thing is for you to have some control, you need to start the obedience at home. Two
Right.
main commands you want to teach in these scenarios is a good heel and a good look. Look means the dog has to look into your eyes. Yeah.
Right.
Now, why do you need this command? So, for example, with this dog, if you know if she gets reactive when she sees another dog, maybe you when the minute you spot the other dog, ask your dog to look at you. The minute
Right.
she looks at you, then you can uske aage tell her, okay, come here, or don't do it, or come next to me, or heel, or whatever you want to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if your dog is not looking at you, or आप पीछे से बस बोल रहे हो no ना sit down मत करो ये करो, your voice is like literally you know वो पंखा रहता है ना बैकग्राउंड में उसमें आवाज आते रहता है, and
Got it. Got it.
dogs are paying attention to what you're saying. So first
Right.
teach a look so that the focus changes firstly to you. So teach the obedience at home. And secondly, a clear heel command. Heel means your dog has to come and sit next to you. You
Right.
can use it even for the leash walking. You can use it for multiple reasons. You can use it for a recall. In this scenario, also, you know, you never know why she's growling. Is she getting scared when the dogs are coming close? Or is she going out and reacting? You know, we'll have to see
Right.
all those scenarios. If the scenario is because she's getting scared when they're coming too close to her, don't go to a dog park. Okay, you'll have to work depending on how your dog is. Okay, every dog is not the
Got
same.
it.
Certain dogs are very socially friendly, certain dogs are very reactive. The main aim, like what you really want to achieve with all of this, is a neutral dog. That is actually the best dog. Over friendly dogs are also not really very good to have around, because then they might end up scaring someone else. Maybe they
Right.
were trying to play, but you don't know. Maybe if the other dog, like now the previous case which we spoke about, you know, whose nose is fractured
Yeah.
and all of that, for that dog now the perception has changed. Maybe, I mean, I hope not, but maybe sometimes one incident learning does happen. So what if for that dog now, dog coming close to her, she starts feeling that, oh my god, kuch to hone wala hai. And your friendly dog who was actually just going to play, it's just going to end up doing more, you know, some damage over there. And then when she gets scared, probably she reacts. For all you know, this friendly dog also could react. There is no such thing as they will never react, because out of
Right.
defense anyone will. I mean, if
Right.
the dog comes to straight attack her because the first one was getting scared, maybe this one also might snarl or growl. So
Right.
avoid all of this. In a social space, your dog has to learn to ignore other dogs.
Okay.
Socializing does not mean playing with anything and everything that moves. It
Right.
means ignore everything and still work with your owner.
Understood. I think before we move on to the next question and also the next demo session that we have for the audience, I would quickly like to announce the second trivia question that we have for them today. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm announcing the second trivia question for today. The question is state true or false. Older dogs cannot be trained for socializing. Your option 1 is true and the option 2 is false. I will repeat the question. You have to state true or false. Older dogs cannot be trained for socializing. Option 1 is true and option 2 is false. So whoever have the right answers with them, do type in the comment section below, and if you get all of the three questions right, you will get a chance to win Purina Pro Plan Ampers for your dogs. So, Priyanka, are we ready for the next demo session?
Yes, yes. So now what we will be doing a demo on is how to work with two dogs. Even if you have two dogs in the same house, you try to build a separate relationship in any case. So I'll just show you a demo. While I'm doing the demo, I'll anyway explain what we are really
Sure.
doing.
I'm sure a lot of pet parents can really benefit from knowing and understanding this particular part right now. We have a lot of questions also coming in the similar regard. So, really eagerly waiting to understand this one, especially.
Yeah. You want to do so? Any more?
So,
Okay.
should I take
So
off the screen, Priyanka?
yes, you can.
Okay, carry on.
Thank you. Okay, so now what are we going to really do over here is one minute. Can you see my second dog? Let me just rearrange this. Yeah, I think this is better. Okay. So now what are we going to really do when you have two dogs, right? Like when I was saying right from the beginning that build your independent relationship with your dog. So now what you see, I mean, when we are not doing anything, obviously these two are also playing. But when we are doing something, even if we just get up, like right now, I'm not even again, I'm not even really told him anything, but he's just here and trying to do something with me while she's there with him doing something. Yeah, this is how your relationship with your dog has to be. When you are even socializing to dogs, this is what you do. Okay, right now we are doing it off leash because we know that once we start playing with them, once we start doing something with them, They don't look at each other. That's why now we are doing it off leash. But in the beginning, you can do it on leash. So even if you have say 5 friends and 5 dogs, all of you all meet together and you all do this. That you are training your own dog, someone else is training their own dog. That is how you're going to do it. Yeah. So that is good job. Okay. So that is when your dogs are going to really learn that okay, being with the owner is what is good. Yeah. Now I'll stop talking and I will just work with him so you can just see a quick demo of what we mean by that. Yeah. Good job. Oh shoot. Yeah. Good job. Oh, nice. Oh, shoot. So now what you can see again in the background, if you can see, okay. What you can see in the background is he's making her jump on the table. Now, okay, it might look like a cute trick, but more than a cute trick, what he's actually trying to do over there is getting her used to different surfaces. So when he says socializing, you also want your dog to be used to different surfaces. Tile pe kaam kare, table pe bhi chade, because this same up is what he's going to eventually use when you take your dog to the veterinary clinic and you want your dog to get onto the table or the weighing scale. You can use the same up command. Yeah. Now the good heel command also that I was saying. Foos. So when you do need a good foos, like the good heel command, because foos, if ever my dog is reacting to someone, reacting to something, whenever I say he can come on my side and be here. Yeah, and he knows that this is the best place to be because while he is here, I will obviously always be petting him, rewarding him, doing something. Okay. Yeah, so teach one of like all of these things separately, everything separately, and then you can use this outside. Yeah, first start doing everything at home. Yes. Next. Yeah. See, now for example, this again. Now, why is he coming and sitting again and again in my heel? Is because he just knows that he gets rewarded over here. I'm not even telling him right now to heel, but he will keep doing this. Okay. Because this is again something that I keep rewarding. He knows whenever there is another dog or another human present, but if I start working with you, if I'm doing something, you generally are around me. Yeah? So do this. This is the kind of socializing you want to do. Two separate dogs, two separate humans. Keep doing your own thing. Yeah? Okay. Let's take questions. That's it from here. I hope you all have understood the surfaces bit as well, how to introduce to various surfaces along with the obedience and everything. Yeah.
I definitely did. I'm sure the audience has too. We had a very similar question coming in from Anuranan here, and he had a question very in sync with the demo that you just gave. So he was asking, I'm planning to adopt another dog. What kind of socialization would be required to get my two dogs to coexist lovingly? Which I'm sure, I hope, Anuranan, we were able to answer your question with this demo.
Yes,
The next
absolutely.
question. Yeah,
Independent relationship. Yes.
got it. This was very well explained, Priyanka. So the next question that we have here is from Nisha Narula, and she's asking, my 3-year-old Shih Tzu is scared of other dogs and does not enjoy socializing. He did not come in contact with other dogs for the first 6 months due to fear of infection. Any suggestions as to how we can get him to enjoy the company of not just humans but also make doggy friends?
Okay. So one thing what we can definitely achieve is your dog not getting scared of other dogs. Yeah. So because that is not a good feeling to live with. That in the presence of another dog he's getting scared or something like that. But again, expecting him to have doggy friends is something you need to work on that expectation. It might not happen. Okay, so that's the first step we always say in training to set the expectation right for the owner. Maybe the dog is all right not having dog friends. So you as the owner need to observe your dog. If he does not like other dogs, maybe he's never going to be friends. He's never going to play with other dogs. Like my own first dog, for people who used to know her, she hardly used to really interact with other dogs. Hardly. Well, she used to be in her own pricey world. Okay, she was an Indian and
Right.
I adopted her when she was 2 years old. She lived with me for a good 14 odd years. She's gone with us for all dog events, everything, but she was a snob. मतलब वो देखेगी भी नहीं. मतलब for her, those other people is like, why? I'll just rather be with you. But which was
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, some of it probably was coming from the fear. Exactly similar thing because I've seen her as a puppy on the road as well. And I know
Right.
she was attacked by other dogs and all of that. Maybe some of it was coming through fear. So all you want to work in this scenario is do all these small exercises like I've just explained right now. One, the exposure one, two, little bit of obedience. Do all of this so that she learns to be all right, stick by you, and ignore all of these things. But will she really play? I don't know. Maybe you can try with an older dog. Don't try with young dogs. Try with an older dog who's much calmer and but who's very tolerant. Okay, like you want an older dog when you're introducing a puppy, the older dog has to be someone who's just ignoring your dog. Matlab, your puppy might go pull the ears, pull the tail. This dog has to be able to either ignore it or turn it into play. A very commonly, again, another myth associated here is the other dog correcting your dog is not okay. It is
Okay.
not all right. Okay, because that is something again which could build a lot of fear in your dog. Okay, and you don't need another dog to correct your dog. Okay, you are enough. You are enough to do whatever, to build a
I
good,
think
to
this is something very important that we need to understand first.
yeah. So older dogs, start with older dogs who are very friendly or who are completely ignorant. मतलब वो ऐसा dog है और वो ऐसे dog ऐसे चले जा रहे हैं. मतलब the puppy is trying to jump, but they are not even engaging in any play. Those
Right.
kind of dogs are brilliant to expose to any of these dogs who are either scared, overstimulated, whatever. That's the best way to
Understood.
push it. Yeah, but not a dog who's snapping back at your dog.
Got it. Got it. The next question that we have here is from Rajan Sharma, and the question is: when I take him out for walk, he pulls all the time. What to do? Due to this, I'm the only person who can take him for the walk. Other members cannot handle him also.
You need a good leash walk training. You saw what I was doing. Both of us were doing right now with our dogs, right? Abhijit with Phoebe and I was doing with Captain. A heel command. You just need your heel work to get sorted. So, like again, I said there are obviously these days everyone ends up teaching looking at YouTube videos. So that's also possible. Or you want to get a trainer, hire a trainer to teach you a good heel command and leash walking because that's what you need. You need a good loose leash walking is also fine. See, again, leash walking does not mean throughout your dog is going to walk like that in that kind of a strict heel looking into your eyes, but maybe he can be in a comfortable radius where he knows that pulling is not all right.
Understood. Understood. I hope this answers your question, Rajan. The next question we have here is from Simran Bali. And the question is: I have 2-year-old Indies, males, both. They have undergone a lot of trauma on the hands of people in their locality. They are extremely aggressive towards everyone except our family members, probably out of fear. How do I make them more friendly and sociable? Because due to my job, there are a lot of people coming over, and even I have to travel a lot, and I don't want to keep them tied or restricted to one area.
Okay. So one thing, see, if you're very sure of the history and that this was trauma related, mainly obviously clearly to do with the fear. That and again, when we say fear, this is the perception maybe in the dog's head, or this is a real scenario. Sometimes it can just be a perception that the dog feels kuch to hone wala hai. But sometimes it can be a recap of what has happened. You know, every single time, you know, you're okay at other times, but when this situation comes back in your life and you're like, oh shit, no, no, no. This reminds you of something bad that has happened. In that scenario, what you need to do is again, firstly, build your relationship with your dog. Every time those people come in, okay, these are things which are going to take time. I'm just explaining it in short what you could do. One, crate train your dogs because, like you said, you don't want them to be restricted, but for the safety of other people and your dog, you need to keep them restricted. Tying, probably, I'm personally not a big fan of it, although it's similar to crating. But I see a lot of things, accidents happening there where they get entangled, their hip gets dislocated, a lot of things. So I'm not a big fan of tying. Try probably a dog kennel or a crate or whatever you want. But on the second hand, what you want to do is change the association. So every time this person comes in, maybe you interact. Like exactly what I did here,
Yeah.
standing in one place. What you're going to do is when people come over, you are sitting here on the chair with your dog on leash. हाँ, initially you'll keep barking, 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 barking. Finally वो जब आपके पास आएगा, तब आप उसको reward करना चालू करो. Now the number one mistake what you might end up doing here is getting those people to reward your dog. Because you feel that अरे
Okay.
अगर उसने चिकन दिया या उसने कुछ तो दिया, he will like it. because he's scared and he has a bad association. Do not do that. Okay. Firstly, your dog will not take it from the other person if he's so scared. Secondly, if he's very scared, he might just take it and bite the person and run away. Okay,
Okay.
because for a defensive dog, all he wants is he wants the stress to go away, and he will do
Right.
anything. Right now, dog is only barking, which is great. Okay, the more and more he moves to the next level of displays of aggression, he will not go back to the previous ones. The day he's going to bite, he will not go back to bark. So maintain the distance. You do something else in the background in the presence of this stress. For him, humans are stressful. So you can change the association by making it like, okay, whenever there's a presence of another human, I do something else with you. But like you said, right now you might be busy working. At that time, your dog needs to be in the crate. There is no other solution because otherwise, what will happen is it's a risk. It's a risk to other people and it's a risk to your dog. And if there is a trauma associated, it might go
Then,
away. If you're saying
yeah.
he's 2 years, maybe in the next 4 years it's going to go away. But be consistent with what you're doing. These things take time when it's related to trauma and fear. They will take time to go. They will 100% go, but you have to be consistent, patient, and at the same time, you avoid any accidents from happening.
Understood. Understood. The next question that we have here is from Neha Rathi, and she's asking how to divert from other things like harsh sound bites or dogs while walking on roads. Don't listen to them at all. No treats, nothing works for my dog.
Okay. So, firstly, now this is a problem which you have to address at home first. Build your motivation, build your reward system with your dog. See, what you see right now, this is something which, because we keep working with our dogs, work through what is rewarding to your dog. You cannot decide. If you saw Phoebe was working with literally, there was a cloth, kapda ke saath she was playing tug right
Right,
now. I
right.
don't know what it is. I'll show it to you. That is what
Impressive.
she was playing with. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's heavily toy motivated, whether it's a stick or a ball or a cloth or whatever. That is way more rewarding to her than food. You try to show
Okay.
her food and work with her, she'll just be like, I don't want to do anything. Okay,
Okay.
you see, it was literally this. It was not even a tuck toy right now. You see
Oh
again.
wow, that's very
Yeah. For
impressive.
her, yeah, for her, anything new, like anything random like this also, I want to play. Okay.
Okay.
If you see right now, he did not even show up because for him, his food motivation is much higher. You
Right.
have to figure out with your dog what is motivating. Like, and then you have to work through it. Don't insist that chicken has to work with every dog. It will not work. Maybe with some dog, a ball will work. It will not work with every dog. So this is something you have to first figure out with your own dog. Ki
Understand.
what is rewarding to him? Sometimes maybe just petting him is rewarding. Sometimes just that stressful thing going away is rewarding.
Okay.
So figure out that, and then, like I said, be consistent. If you feel that chicken otherwise works, but outside it's not working, that means he's getting overstimulated outside.
Okay.
That means you need to keep doing it, be in one place, keep doing it. By the end of the 10th day, he will eat. But
Okay.
for those 10 days, you need to do the same exercise. Go
Right.
stand in one place, be there, zero feedback. Let him understand, firstly, that coming to you was good. Obviously, when I say this, if he's reactive and all of that, these behaviors will have to be corrected. If your dog is trying to attack another dog, don't try to
Yeah.
wait till he comes back to you to reward. Okay, you will have to first correct that. Okay, so
Understood.
attacking behavior is very different, but if it's fearful behavior or any of that, then try to do this exercise. It will definitely help.
Understood. So before we start taking further questions, I would all like to announce the final trivia question that we have for the audience today. This is the last one, guys. All the best. So the third trivia question that we have for you all today is fill in the blank. Each positive experience builds your puppy's dash. Option 1 is muscles and option 2 is self-confidence. I will repeat the question again. Fill in the blank. Each positive experience builds your puppy's dash. Option 1 is muscles and option 2 is self-confidence. So all the best, guys. Those of you who know the correct answer, do drop in your comments below so that you get a chance to win Purina Pro Plan hampers for your doggos. I think we can take the next question now, Priyanka. The next question is coming from Chaitanya, and the question is: would our female dog be friendly with her own pups when she has them?
She could, of course, she will be. I mean, her question is, will she be friendly or is she not
Yeah.
friendly? What is the question?
No, he's trying to ask, will she be friendly with her own pups or not?
Yes, yes. Mostly, yes, of course. But once they see mothers, again, they have a different way of dealing with the puppies. So once they do start getting older, sometimes she will start snapping at them and walking away and all of that. Unless your dog is out and out reactive and dog aggressive. Now and that's the reason why. I mean, I don't know from where this question is. Is he planning to mate his dog, or what is the
Probably.
scenario?
Right.
If that is the case, you don't really get into it unless you're a breeder. Unless you are an ethical breeder, don't get into it, because there are lots of factors which you want to consider. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, just because you have a male and a female, chalo meeting karte, ye mat karna. I mean, that's a complete no-no.
Understood.
So understand what breeding is. What are you trying to do? Like you, because if your dog is reactive, maybe then she will kill anything and everything. It really depends on the dogs.
Yeah, I hope this answers your question, Chaitanya. The next question that we have here is from Shama Prasad, and the question is, do dogs need socialization even if we live alone and are not likely to meet many humans or other animals?
Yes. So what you do again, with socializing, right now, like your question of when we live alone, see, understand socializing is not just to do with humans and dogs. It is to do with surfaces, like you saw right now what we did with
Right.
Phoebe, right? To put her on the table.
Got it.
Sounds like the previous question where, there
The
are heavy
pipe
sounds.
sounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Sides. So if you saw right now Phoebe, you saw how she was. Like, she's a retriever. So for her entire nature is very carefree. Like life is just beautiful. Life is good. She's always in that zone. But a dog
Okay.
like her also once, I still remember, this was like last year once, there was a small child on a bicycle. And we realized she had never seen this in her first year. Okay, and she was on the walk and she suddenly saw that and she just freaked out and she moved back. And I was like, isko kya hua? Because she never really does that. But obviously she
Understood.
recovered like a couple of seconds and then she like, okay, I don't know what that was. And I anyway walked away from there. So any
Right.
such scenario, what do you do is you walk away. Now the number one mistake what I would have ended up doing is had I taken her towards that bicycle and said, chal chal aaja aaja kuch nahi hai kuch nahi hai kuch nahi hai mujhe wo mat karna. Okay, if you end up doing that,
Right.
maybe the dog will end up getting more scared. So what did I do? Is I just walked away. The second time when we again on a walk back, she saw the same kid and the cycle, then she was all right. So
Okay.
something that she saw for the first time. So this is socializing. Any kind of sight also is new. You remember these things called palki, which we used to have very common. Of course,
Right.
because of COVID, you don't have anything going on,
Right.
such
Right.
mass things. But those kind of things also, or a wedding procession. Take your dog
Okay.
out and just show that to them. And by socializing again, what you have to do is while you're there, either you're doing that exercise or you're walking away. Just walk away. That is also a very
Okay.
good thing to do. कि कुछ तो चल रहा है उधर शादी चल रहा है आप बस इधर से निकल जाओ इधर कुछ तो प्रोसेशन है आप इधर से निकल जाओ डोंट मूव टुवर्ड्स दैट थिंग yeah
Got it. Got
so
it.
when you do a lot of these things also similarly for dogs and humans like a question of if I live alone maybe it's
Right.
okay to not really meet and play with someone else but yeah they need to see another dog see another
Right.
human like what has happened when we started this during COVID, a lot of people have not even gone stepped out. So your dog has not even seen or heard another animal. Like
Got it.
when they see a cat running, suddenly they're like, "अरे, कभी देखा ही नहीं है." And
Right.
then they might react out of that. Okay, so let them see the world. Socializing means सब कुछ expose करो to sounds, sights, surfaces, humans, dogs,
So giving
everything.
them new experiences, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're still with them through it. You are doing something fun when all of this is happening in the background.
Understood. So I think we are moving towards the end of a session, Priyanka. But before that, there's a very pressing question that we had with us. So with the pandemic taking a toll on our social lives, getting our dogs to meet other human friends also took kind of a backseat. Now that we are slowly reeling back to normal, how how can we reintroduce our dogs and get them accustomed to having humans around, or maybe what according to you are some safe spaces where we can get our dogs to socialize while also following the COVID safety protocols. So what are your thoughts on that?
Right. So what you need to start doing is, of course, maintain all of those, safety measures. Wear your mask. be careful, and keeping a distance is technically a good thing. Like in a way, I'm actually happy that people were not coming towards you and petting your dogs. Like
Right.
honestly speaking, I was very happy with that, because otherwise every time you step out, people are like, can I touch your dog,
Right.
it's
Right.
you can rather have a safe distance, let them just keep passing by. So over here also, what we've mentioned, daily walks, when you are taking your dog outside every day, instead of just doing point A to point B, put your dog in
Right.
the car, take him to another place. Yeah,
Okay.
do a small walk over there. Just that much of exposure will be great. Maintain a distance. Like again, you don't
Got
really
it.
have to have them very close. Vet visits, again, extremely critical part. Yeah, when you are taking your dogs to the doctors, get them used to all of this. Okay, I see a lot of dogs who are scared in the doctor's clinic, or they're getting reactive over there, which are otherwise pretty all right. So again,
Got
get to the core of it. Why is it happening? Is it that your dog is not liking? And again, there might be different triggers. Okay, so like for
Right.
example, my own dog, he meets the vet outside the clinic, and he's absolutely okay with the vets. Absolutely okay. Matlab, he's like, he will jump on them and he will chill with them. In the clinic, he gets extremely defensive. Now, this is
Right.
not because of the vets. The reason is because he's dog aggressive. And
Right.
for him, a clinic is so many dogs and smells. So he is forever on his alert that क्या है, कुछ है, किसको मारना है, कुछ करना है. Now because of this, he's a different dog in the clinic. Now what you need to do over there is get them muzzle trained, do a lot of your other behavior training, your obedience training, so that your vet visits become very comfortable. Yeah,
Right.
most vets these days are okay with you just going and meeting them. Maybe just do a quick visit, 2 second ke liye, just go in. The doctor will probably just give a chew stick and leave. Just don't do
Okay.
anything else. Or at the same time, like in the previous scenario, if your dog is now already scared of your doctor, don't get your doctor to do anything. You just go
Got
and
it.
let him see the doctor, and you give him a chew stick and leave. Just leave the clinic. Most vets today are okay with this. All you need to do is just speak and ask.
Right.
Yeah. Now these other things of, even things at home, umbrella, these are the simple things. So dogs are looking at umbrellas and they're freaking out. So often
Yeah.
we hear get these videos these days that are my
Even
dog is not.
fans actually. I've seen
Yeah,
my dog behave very differently when she sees a fan.
exactly. Fan, blow dryers, like
Right.
just yesterday I worked with a dog, very scared of blow dryers. So
Got it.
what you need to do is keep these things around. Let them go. वो खुद जाएंगे, inspect करेंगे, smell करेंगे. They will start dealing with it, and give them
Okay.
their time and space. See, you can't have an agenda कि आज के दिन
Right.
में ना I need him to get okay with the dryer. ऐसे नहीं होगा. Okay, he
Got
might take 1 day, 5 days. One dog might take, like I said, my retriever, she normally for her, any new surrounding, she's okay in like a few seconds. My pitbull will take time. For him, the
it.
first thing is always kuch karna hai. Like he will immediately first get defensive. Then he'll thoda sa
Okay.
calm down and get all right. Okay? Go
Got
with
it.
your dog's flow. You can't force anything on anyone. Yeah. And maintaining
Understood.
a daily routine is something. See, these are the things which anyway do with your dog, COVID or no COVID.
Right.
Crate train, give a good routine, do these kind of exposure, so that you end up having a healthy relationship with them. And when you keep showing them, these different surroundings, that's the reason why we keep saying don't just do point A to point B walk. Because then when you
Right.
take your dog in a new surrounding, they freak out. Socializing means different surroundings where where it's probably going to be,
Understood.
sometimes the floor is going to be wet. So many times I hear my dog is not walking in the rain. What do you mean not walking in the rain? Go walk in the rain. A lot
Understood.
of times this is because you don't like to walk in the rain. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so go exposed to these things. Huh? Maybe the first day your dog will act all okay. I don't like the feeling of wet, ground. Okay, then
Ground.
get used to it. Getting them used to this feeling of different surfaces on their paws, it's extremely necessary.
Got it.
Okay, not a dog who only listens at home in this nice, safe surrounding. So for that, socializing is very very important. आप कुछ भी obedience सिखा दो, अगर socializing ठीक से
Mhm.
नहीं किया है, it's of no use. And ठीक से
Got it.
मतलब what I just explained that way.
Yeah.
Explore a positive experience with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Understood. So I think we are moving towards the end of the live session. I would quickly like to announce the winners for our trivia contest today. So thank you everyone for participating. We have our winners. Congratulations, Jerika Achal, Chitrangana Singh, and Neha Rathi. You have won a gift hamper from Purina ProPlan India. We request you to inbox your details to Purina ProPlan's Facebook page to avail your hampers. Congratulations again, guys. So looks like our
Congratulations.
time is almost up, Priyanka, and we will have to end the live session now. But thank you so much for joining us today and helping us understand so much more about, in general, dogs' behavior and giving us your expert opinion on how to socialize them and giving a demo also on what to do and how to do these things right. It truly means a lot to all of the pet parents out here. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Niharika. It was a lovely session. I absolutely enjoyed answering all of those questions.
Same here, same here. Thanks a lot to all the pet parents also who joined us today and the ones who participated in the session and got their questions answered. I hope we were able to help you in some way today. And to the ones who missed it, please don't worry. These live sessions are going to be a regular affair and we will be covering different topics each time. Meanwhile, you can watch this entire video on Purina ProPlan's Facebook page, Purina ProPlan India. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Thanks.
Stay home
Bye.
and stay safe, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.